Hello, welcome back to more of our organised play videos, some cheap thrills on the Isle of Wight. This is round 2, game 1 of our Android Netrunner game night kit. We've got Colin on the left playing as Adam with all the directives. The first time you see a card each turn, you can trash it. You must trash it if you can. And essentially a HQ interface. The first click of each turn has to be a run or a run event. You can pay 2 clicks to break one subroutine on a piece of ice. And you have a smaller hand size, but you get to draw up to that hand size at the end of your turn. Simon on the right playing Gagarin, which is the runner must pay one credit to access a card in a remote server. Because it's outer space, baby. Gagarin quite often means it's a kill deck. Simon isn't playing a kill deck. In fact, as you're going to see as the cards start disappearing up the top of the screen, Simon is playing massively horizontal. Both players keeping the hands they've got. Simon draws, click 1, draw. So the game plan with this Gagarin deck essentially is the runner can't afford to keep checking all the remotes you're putting out. You install public support when they can't afford to get in and trash it, which gives you free agenda points essentially, and that will allow you to res corporate towns or archers or any selection of nasty things. There's an inside job into HQ, click 1. Levy University, which is tutoring for ice. Got to trash that because it is a directive, and the other card is an architect. Click 2 for Adams and E3 feedback implants, which does combo nicely with his directive. Lets him double click for a subroutine and takes a credit. That's Jackson. Click 1 install, click 2 install. Right. So Colin really can't afford to be looking in those remotes, which is not ideal. There's an archer off the top of R&D, so that's a sign of things to come. Click 2, Colin's going to run that first remote. Has to pay a bit to access it. And that's an executive boot camp, so Simon can res stuff for free, or for cheaper anyway. 2 credits for Colin, passes his turn. Simon's thinking about resing whatever that end card is, decides not. Mandatory draw for the start of his turn. Rest is executive boot camp. Plays a credit and trashes it to go searching for an asset. That's going to be Turtlebacks, which is the economy engine to keep installing on these remotes. Install the remote, res the Turtlebacks, which will cost 2. Create a server, gets a credit, and create another server, gets your credits back. So the Turtlebacks is now broken even. And every time he installs a remote now for the rest of the game, as long as that Turtleback's there, he's going to keep making money for it. So Adam has to run first click. R&D presumably seems the best option. Running any of those remotes is just going to bankrupt you with having a trash stuff and having a pay to access. Goes for HQ. Rez is the architect. Yeah, Adam double clicks through one of the subs, uses the E3 feedback filters for the other sub, and gets in for 2 cards. And there's a spider web, and the archer again, which he's already seen off R&D. This is not a great matchup for Adam, actually. Colin here every time. Simon's running loads and loads of assets, and every time Colin accesses one, he's being forced to trash it due to his own directive. He's being forced to run click one every turn, so he's likely to keep hitting assets, keep having to trash them. He's just going to struggle for money in this match. So click 2 is R&D. Is that Cyberdex? Yep, Cyberdex Virus Suite. Colin is trashing it. Has no other choice. Don't think he's running viruses anyway, but he's going to have to pay to get rid of it. So there's Simon's draw. Simon has iced up that server at the end. This game, there is a real problem actually with the amount of servers going down and the way the camera is placed on the table. Politely ask players to put their credits at the other end of the table in future, but yeah, this is our first attempt to record in games, so we learn lessons. That's another new server for Simon, so that makes him a credit, and another new server, that's another credit. So it runs R&D, and that's the Global Food Initiative. A lovely 3 points for corporations, only 2 for runners, which is not quite so good. Click 2 is with R&D again. And that is... not even sure what that was, didn't see it very well. Colin takes a credit and passes turn. Simon mandatory draw. Okay, Rez is another turtlebacks. Installs new remote, which gets a credit for each of the turtlebacks that are rezzed. And I think he's iced whatever it is he just installed. Oh no, it's just a new remote because those are the turtleback credits. There's going to be a lot of guesswork going on in this game where we rely on either what the players are signalling or saying, or just generally making up what's going on. Ice is R&D. That's going to make Colin's life even harder because his 3 runs now going to be on R&D anyway. Force Simon to make the res possibly. If this is the tour guide, as I suspect, then that probably means no more R&D for the rest of the game. No, it's just the spider web we saw at HQ earlier on. Colin can break that at a cost of 2 credits and 2 clicks. Is that worth it for a single access? No, Colin's just going to bounce off that one. Click 2 is data folding to start getting some money ticking in each turn. That's been a nice drip. Then 3-4 credits. So as soon as he gets that first drip at the start of his next turn, he's going to even up. Draws for his directive at the end of the turn to his maximum hand size. And passes turn to Simon. Click Jackson, click 1. Another 2 servers installed, which is 4 credits made off the turtlebacks. And those turtlebacks just going to make money for the rest of the game. They're really comfortably. There's the data folding credit coming in for Colin. Colin's got to run again. He's going to stab at one of the remotes we can't see. Pays to access it. It's a complete mystery as to what it is. Decide for yourselves. He can't trash it, so presumably it's got a trash cost of 3 or more. Okay, so Colin's running HQ for click 2, 3-4 to break a sub, 1 with the E3 feedback filters, and he's going to access 2 cards. One's a spider web. And that's a tech startup. Is that a tech startup? Okay, so there's a public support online now. That's going to be really annoying. Colin's got 2 turns to deal with that, and the likelihood is he just really isn't going to make the money unless he wants to dedicate a whole turn to it. Actually, with having to run on 2 of his clicks across the 2 turns, that's really not ideal. So Simon has just decided what he's going to do. More remotes, quite possibly. So click 1's Jackson for 2 cards. So another new remote, so that's going to be 2 total back credits for click 2, click 3. There's another new fort, that looks like just ice protected, that one, and so it looks like it's horizontal. So there's another 2 turtleback credits, loads of servers, some of them we can see, some of them we can't. There comes the data folding in for Colin at the start of his turn. Colin probably wants to do something about that public support, but basically means doing nothing this turn. Okay, he's accessing something. It's Corporate Town. Okay, that's probably not ideal for Colin, especially as that public support is likely to click down next turn and be finished. Takes 3 credits. Possibly going to try and deal with that public support next turn. If he doesn't, that Corporate Town's probably going to come online, and that's not really what he wants. Although, getting rid of the directives might not be a bad thing for Colin right now. Okay, so there's a public support token come off. We've actually got 2 public supports resed, hence why 2 tokens have just come off there. So that's doubly annoying for Colin, because that means one of them's definitely go through, even if they don't both go through. So start of Simon's next turn, he is going to go up to 2 agenda points, unless Colin can deal with one of them. Simon paying free at Sir Kronos project. Okay, that's been sat there for some time. Emptied, empties Colin's heap of 1 card, I believe. So there's the data folding credit. Colin's got to run. He can't afford to go in and get that public support just yet. Okay, so he's running one of the remotes we can't see. He pays to access it. It's a blacklist, which he's got to trash. That's probably just good news for Simon, because there's nothing in Colin's heap. I don't know that he's running much recursion, so he quite possibly doesn't really care. But it drains Colin's money, and that means his public supports now are going to have fire. And 3 clicks for 3 credits. Colin possibly without a game plan right now. Simon's deck really is just going to keep drawing money out of Colin. That puts Simon up to 3 agenda points now. This match, I guess, is what you would call a slog. Colin's just going to really struggle to make any money like this if it carries on. There's an install from Simon. Click 2 install as well, so that's 4 credits coming in. Turtleback's just such a good way to make money. Colin probably wants to deal with the turtlebacks, but doesn't have the money all the time because Simon's just going to keep doing other stuff. Gagarin really makes these horizontal decks work. Even against a standard horizontal deck, the runner can decide to just check every remote. Cost them time but not money, but in Gagarin you're spending time and money to do it, and that's not going to work for even the best of runners. Simon's just deciding what to do with his last click. He's icing, double ice on whatever that server is going to be. Okay, so there's the data folding credit for Colin. So we know there's a corporate town out there. Simon could throw any of those 1 pointers he's now got to activate it. What he wants to get rid of, I don't know. The data folder is bringing in money. The other cards might actually be benefiting him, to be honest. Okay, Colin just deciding what he's going to do. He's got to run first quick, as we know where that's going to be. Simon pointing out there that Colin having to trash anything he accesses is kind of awkward for him. I'm sure Colin's already quite aware of that, as he spent the whole game making money and losing money. Simon telling Colin that he's got to run. He could run on those face down ice, and Colin rightly putting out he doesn't really want to run into a face down archer. Colin's got to throw a run somewhere, but he doesn't seem to know where he wants to go, and I can't really blame him. I'm not sure what I'd do in this situation. Is he gonna do HQ possibly and make use of that interface to cost him 3 clicks and a credit? Okay, he's running. Well, hey, he ran at something with some ice, which Simon decided not to res. Then elects not to access. I think it's actually an empty server with just some ice in front of it. Click 2 credits, click 3 credits. Okay, yeah, and that's the corporate town gone. He does res it, he pays 1 to access it, he pays 5 to trash it. Painful for Colin, probably something he has to do, or he'll lose any resources that he wants. Simon brings another public support online. That's going to be probably another 4th point for Simon coming up now. Colin's going to struggle to get in there and get rid of that. And that gives Simon 4 1-pointers now to throw away to his archers, his corporate towns. Playing an interns there to bring back the corporate town behind 2 pieces of ice. That's really not what Colin wanted to see. Installs for some turtleback credits. So Simon doesn't even have to bother resing that ice if Colin was to run on it, because Colin can't afford to access and trash. Okay, he's going to go into HQ, It's an architect, and there's the archer in HQ still. So we've seen all the cards in Simon's hand. Neither of them good for Colin in that he can't steal them, and neither of them good for Colin in that they're both kind of nasty for him to break. Just going to credit up. That's the corporate town rezzed. Simon's going to throw away one of his agendas. Yeah, throwing away the Kronos project. Also rezzing, or he's checking cards. Okay, also rezzing a tech startup. So he's going to trash one of the directives. I believe that's the double click to break a subroutine. And then he's firing the tech startup to go through R&D and search for an asset, which he'll then reveal and install. It's going to be a team sponsorship. Which, does that mean we've got an agenda out on the board somewhere? Probably not, actually. He's only on 2 credits. Gets installed it, which gets more Turtleback credits because it's in a new server. Mandatory draw. And now the turn actually begins. Rearranging of the servers again. Click 1's Jackson draw. He's up to 5 cards. Click 2's install. It's more Turtleback credits, and click 3 is going to be looks like you iced something there, yeah. Icing possibly the public support, I don't know. So there's data folding credit for Colin. He hasn't got to run first click now. Takes 3 bits and installs Overmind. Okay, so he lost the ability to pay 2 clicks to break a subroutine, but he's now got an Overmind out with 3 counters on it. So corporate town's going to kill the data folding. That gets rid of Colin's drip economy he had. That's another public support scored. So he's back up to 3 points now, Simon. That is all the public support's gone though, so any other agendas he scores will have to be legitimate old school agendas. There's a new remote, which is 2 Turtlebacks credits. I don't know if anyone's been keeping track of the work Turtlebacks has done, but that's been quite comfortable. Okay, and he's just installed behind that double ice server, which is just off camera, and advanced it, so that could be NAPD. Two cards in HQ for Simon currently. We would guess the arch we saw earlier has gone protecting that, which is now his scoring remote. Colin takes a credit. Dirty Laundry and Archives, which are going to take him up to 5. Pretty much as rich as Colin's ever been in this game now. Click 3's running R&D, so he matches strength with Overmind, pays 1, then uses E3 feedback filters to break the others. That's hostile takeover. Okay, that puts Colin up to 3 points, matches Simon now. It's Simon presumably about to score out on his turn. Yeah, 4 he just takes a credit. Simon's looking for team sponsorship possibly. One advance, 2 advance, 3 advance. Is it the NAPD? Rez's team sponsorship. Rez Turtlebacks. He's going to make money when he scores this. Yeah, it's an NAPD. It's going to give him 2 agenda points. He's now going to get to install a card from Archives or HQ, and that's going to gain him 3 credits if it goes in a new remote, which has left him exactly where he started, more or less. That's not bad. Is it going to be a card from HQ? Oh yeah, we've got the corporate town, so he's going to kill safety first, which stops Colin automatically drawing cards. There goes the new card from HQ, getting in the Turtleback credits. There might be a miscount because Simon's got 4 credits in front of him, but I've got 5 showing on the screen here. One of us is wrong. Most likely me. Colin again weighing up what he's going to do here. If Simon's got a 3-pointer out on the table somewhere, then that's game. Colin really might have to go and check whatever that... Oh yeah, I did get the 5 credits right. Simon's just got up there. Colin really might have to check that new remote and pay to access it, because if that is a 3 for 2, that's game. So click 1, click 2's credits. Click 3, we're overminding into HQ again. Archer and Architect. So the Archer's still not gone out unless he's put out a second copy somewhere. Res is a pack campaign, so it's not a 3 for 2, but it is going to start dripping more and more money in Simon's counts. There's a mandatory draw. Simon now just deciding what to do. He's almost got this game closed out. If he can get a 3 for 2 in that protected remote that he's got, Colin's not got a lot of money. Should close things out. Simon just mulling over the options here. Okay, he's installed. I think that's gone in that double ice server that was just off camera. He's not taking the Turtleback's credit, so yeah, it's got to be in that server. Presumably, that's the game-winning agenda. Money up, just to make sure we can get that ice rezzed. Saying that, Colin is only on 1 overmind counter, so we should be comfortable, because there's 2 ice on that server. Yeah, Simon choosing not to fire the corporate hand this turn, just confirming that. It stalls in front of R&D. And he's just thinking click 3. Looks like he might be starting another server to get those 3 Turtleback credits. Yeah, starts a new server, gets the 3 Turtleback credits. That empties his hand, but I click for 3 credits and presumably game locked up, we think. That's not bad. So Colin, yeah. 3 credits, draw. Takes the chance, but yeah. There's Simon's game winning agenda, and that's 7 points. Pretty horrible matchup there for Colin. Simon just constantly taking any money that Colin could make. Colin's having to run every turn, he's having to access assets, and he's having to pay to trash them. Yeah, you're not going to get far with no money, unfortunately. So that's 2 points to Simon so far in this game. We'll be back soon with game 2.